Doing. Just give me 2 seconds. I thought I had the Christmas music up, but I didn't. I actually opened another tab. By mistake, would you believe it? I didn't. I couldn't believe it, lad. So yeah, I'm just really back in the Dolphin Walk. I'm going to go out in a while to do something. We'll play this music, yeah. I don't know. I also got a new Christmas top too. Might be a bit dirty. Hope not. So yeah, I'm just really back there about 5 minutes ago. So yes, I'm not going to stay too long. I'm just going to be here briefly. Hello, Sean. So yeah, I got something in the mail. It meant to come the other day, but look at this. My next new poster. I'm going to hopefully have behind me. If not, then because I tried to put it up there and it kind of didn't want to. But I woke up. I have time this evening. I'll try and put it up and see if we can get it up. Yeah, I got this Christmas top today. I was going past. Right, I'll tell you the story. It's a big story behind it. Let me just understand this so I can explain. So basically, I was coming down the street downtown, right, and I came across somebody I used to know in school, and they were coming out and they bought another top like this, right? Like they bought a bit. It was a bit different. They had just Christmas trees basically. They didn't have a fairy of reindeer, trees and. I think it's just reindeer and then reindeer and trees. Like theirs just had reindeer on it. Basically, they had red noses and things like that. So different fairies of Christmas tops. And they were like, they're selling Christmas tops. I asked him where he got the Christmas top. And he was like, I just got it in there. And I was like, oh, Jesus, how much? And he said, about €50. And I was like, oh, Jesus. I go in and have a look. And I should look at it. I seen this one. I was like, I give it I'll buy it, sure, look at it. Because it was local people that made this. It was local people that knitted it. Some local person that knitted it. So, you have to support your local community. Your local people doing it. Local products, things like that. It's locally made. So it was basically it was made locally. Let's put it that way. So it was like here's the €50, and now it literally took me an hour to get the €50 out of my pocket because I had to unlock about 60 security locks I have in my wallet. Now, geez, you should have seen it was a sight to behold. Everybody was shocked. A cabman taking out money. So yeah, everybody was shocked. But yeah, that's the story basically. And then when I got home, this was in the post. I was expecting it there. God, holy, yeah, I think everybody was shocked. Yeah, I think even OT it was going to come down and report on it because they were actually shocked. The two cabin men actually went in and bought it for €50, like €100 to spend. No, but I didn't spend 100, but no, 50 and 50 because he spent 50. All the tops were €50 basically. Because again, give or take, people knitting it and because somebody had to knit it from cabin, whoever the postman was, and then obviously selling it and things like that, and the material too, which is nice. It's nice. At the bottom too, it's kind of weird. But the other one had the top, which was windy with all the red noses. That would have been everywhere. But I said I'd go with this one. Because there was other ones too. There was ones with Santa Claus on it and things like that. There was other ones, other fairies. But I'd be there all day. And so I just said, I looked for a second or two and I was like, I have to go on to work, I have things to do. Cabin people have things to do, So Irish made in cabin, yeah, especially made in cabin. So that's why I was like, I go in and buy one. So support local businesses, support local people too. And €50 was good value. I think it was good value for €50. So I said to buy it anyway. But yeah, hopefully this will fit now. I think this will look nice. Yeah. Hopefully it'll stick this evening. Hopefully I have it up when I come home because I have to go out later on and do something. So hopefully that'll stick nicely then. I was going to get a metal one of this, but it's not the price. The metal one would have been a bit dearer. It would have been around €70 to €80 I would have paid for the metal one. But it's just the fact, sometimes I'm moving my hand and things like that. I move it up, and I don't want to absolutely bang it off the metal because I say it's a ton weight. Frame it. Yeah, there was a frame one I could have got off the bat. He said he could have got me one. So I don't know about framing. I say just put it up for the moment, and then we might frame it. Yeah. But we see at the moment because the one with the frame, he asked me to want to put a one in the frame on it, but I wasn't that. It was just that it'd probably be awkward to get around basically. To get it from A to B. If that makes any sense. But yeah, that would have been about €60. So I wouldn't mind. But I just kind of was testing to see what it would be like because he said he could get me one. So I might buy another one off him, like another one of these, but not necessarily the same kind of style. Like he had loads of other ones with Calvin too on. But sure, look what I see. Again, I paid €20 for this basically for packaging and all that crack. Like it was €15 and I paid €5 packaging and obviously taxes included and all that. So, and it's good. I didn't probably show it. Sorry, I'm moving it up and down like a yo-yo. But yeah, Buffon, yeah, probably give it a second and it does that now and again. So yeah, it says Ireland's best county at the top, you can see there. Then County Cavan established in 1584. A Cavan, Irish for Cavan. The hollow is on the side, as you can see, that's the name of Cavan in Irish. And then Mannion is the true to the bottom. So hopefully it fits up, hopefully all going well it does fit up. I probably will get another one of them. But anyway, we have to see. Because again, I want to kind of clean this wall up a bit. In other words, put something behind it because it looks very bare. It used to be a map here now. Anybody remember the map? But it used to always fuck up and fall down. But hopefully this will stay up now. So I have it there for the moment and I sort it out later on when I come back. It probably should stay, hopefully. But that's the old Council logo from years ago, but that's the official county logo. There. They changed it in 2010 or during the flag, I think so. The Breffni logo, sorry, not the Cavan. The Kingdom of Breffni. But there you go. But yeah, we see. But I don't know, my top could come, I ordered the top. Another top like this. But I don't know if it's coming off. The same man who's done that. And it's supposed to be in the way, it's on the way I suppose. I don't know when it's coming, that's the thing. So maybe hopefully be here by Friday. That's my hope. It'll be here by Friday for our Christmas tree. But kind of 50-50, it kind of could come. Because I'm post is working Saturdays and Sundays now from this week, from last week onwards, the working Saturdays and Sundays. So it could come again, it's just the way if he gets it in the post quick enough. And it comes in. Like it has been said, I've got an email, he said it has been said, so it's either in the post or it's in the place where they sort out the mail and stuff like that. So hopefully, maybe fingers crossed, if it comes tomorrow, if it comes Friday morning, I'm happy enough. We'll be all happy then. But look, even if it comes Saturday, we'll be happy enough. So. The Marble County, are you? The Marble County. But anyway, yeah, so everybody said, I think everybody will have enough with it. But hopefully, home with the cats. What cats? Where? What cats? I'm just trying to think, would it stay there? I suppose the only way, one way to find out is try and put it up. It is very nippy too, I forgot to say, it's very, very nippy. There has been snow, it was quite fast this morning. And there was ice on the road for a good bit this morning. But it wasn't that bad as I thought it would be, you know, in comparison to what I thought it would be. But it's still bitterly cold. Like it should have, by right, it should have probably snowed last night here. It probably should have. But it was that cold now, you know. It probably should have. But anyway. Snow doesn't like cabin people. Racist. True today, where were you? She says, I don't think the sun shined today at all. It didn't shine up here today at all. It was just kind of cloudy. That's what I say. It wasn't any sunshine, it was just clouds. That's basically the weather today. Maybe this morning for a bit of a shine, but after that it was just clouds. Well, lucky for you, we didn't actually have. I think it was either this morning we had a bit of sunshine, like in the very early this morning, basically when the sun just came up. But it wasn't throughout the day because it was out all day, and I never seen a bit of the sun. It was just clouds. It was just dark, kind of dully day. Like, it's just clouds. Like even outside there, it's just all clouds. Like there's no sun. Like this morning, the vibe was a bit. But it was always kind of just a dull day today, too. It wasn't much. Like, it didn't rain or anything like that, obviously, but it just kind of was dull. It looked like it was about to snow at any second, basically, because the clouds looked like they were full of snow and sleet and things like that. But nothing happened. Because that's sort of way it looked like. It looked like it was just full of snow, the clouds. Wished. Click to end the video, but I'm still covered. Yeah, you can catch the flu, yeah. But funny how the flu just came back. And we won't question that because, you know. Thou shalt not question. But yeah, you wouldn't be long getting the flu or jeez, you wouldn't be long getting fucking frostbite either. Because it is that cold now. Also, Norma Foley's going to get rid of teachers. You know the way they take breaks, career breaks. That's the word. And she's on a career break. I heard that. I seen that when I was coming home with the bus. That she's going to ban career breaks for teachers, even though she's on one herself. Oh, you see, it's just a coincidence. Excuse me, sorry if I have a bad cough, Sean. You know yourself. But we better not give them ideas because they'll come up with something else. Like, you know what I'm saying? No, don't send me to prison for 5 years, Sean. Please don't tell Helen McAtee. Right. You know what I'm saying? People, when they have a break from their employment, they go on their break to go somewhere else or do something else. Right, fair enough. Like Norma Foley. Imagine she doesn't want the teachers to have a break. Right. Have a break for them employment. Let's put it that way. No, that's hate speech. No, don't be giving Helen back. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like, she's on one. Norma Foley admitted that she's on the break because she's not teaching. Even though, like, God bless us and save us, I think I think I'd rather hope be teaching. You know, like, let's be fair. Like, the hypocrisy in that alone. And she's pissed everyone off now. Like, she's pissing everyone off. Like, I don't know how she manages to do this all the time. Like literally nobody agrees with her. Like, she didn't bother to tell the teachers. She bothered the cabinet this morning. The idea that she had in her head, basically. And basically, she didn't tell the teachers' unions. So basically, she didn't tell the teachers' unions this was the idea. And everybody, and obviously the teachers are fucking up in arms, and the unions are up in arms. The teachers seem to be, the parents and the students seem to be up in arms. Everybody's up in arms about this level of education. You know, and she should be fixing, you know, as I say, there's the people in Cavan and the other side of Cavan. They're still, 3 months on, still don't have a bus to go to school. Some of them don't have a bus, some of them have paid for tickets and haven't got them. Some of them, and again, some of them have been in touch with the minister's office and nothing has come of it, basically. So, very little to be acting on before they do, to be totally honest with you, going around with this crack. When there's people that literally can't even get to school. And actually, there's some classes now, there's talk about in Cavan here, that they have to send the students home because they don't have the teachers. So even though they're taking people who are unqualified, teachers that are not even out of college, they're taking them out of college to go into a class, and even though they don't have a clue how the teacher thinks that. And some of them are on Garda-fed and stuff like that. Because it's so desperate at the moment. It's literally desperate. They cannot get teachers for love and money. So, it's a big mess. So basically the classes that won't have teachers and they'll be sent home from school because they don't have teachers to mind them and look after them. So, and Norma Foley's like, let's piss everybody off at the same. We already are pissing people off. Let's piss them off even more. And especially because, let's be fair. She said herself she's on one. And she's like, I'm allowed to do it, but nobody else is allowed to do it. I am the king. Nobody can question me. That's basically what Norma Foley's come out. Like, it's very funny. Like, I don't know how she stood it. Like, in fairness to Leo, when Leo comes around, hopefully, he might see a bit of sense, and maybe we'll shuffle the cabinet a bit. You know, we shuffle ministers, because he can do that if he wants to. When the 16th comes around, he can say, I wasn't know before they got rid of get out. You know, things like that. Yeah, they have half the time off, and like that. I remember when I was at school, they had teacher training days and things like that, and then they get a half day on a Friday and a half the secondary school teachers, and they get full pay during the school summertime, and they have Christmas off. You know, basically full off all the time, full off, and then have bank holidays and stuff like that. 2 weeks off at least, yeah, that's true too. But I suppose it's hard enough to be a teacher. Like, you have to deal with people who have no manners and things like that, and I suppose it's hard. You know, it's not easy now, I say. But they have a good bit. They have a lot of time off too. But I suppose I feel bad for the young teachers. You know, it's difficult. You know, when you come out of college and things like that, and you don't have the money to buy a house or anything, or rent even a house, and you have to pay for car, and you're robbed by insurance and stuff like that. You know, I suppose I feel sympathy for them teachers, but not for the teachers that are there donkey's years and getting huge money. You know, because you know the young teachers coming out of college now don't really have a hope in staying in the country. So that's why they all go off to other countries, because it's a lot better quality in life than in this godforsaken country, which it is the godforsaken country. Hello, Adam. How are you? Living the life of the O'Reilly. St. Patrick's Day too, yeah, I forgot that. Bank holidays too, yeah, meant to bank holidays. Parent-teacher meetings there. No, they don't have, in my school they didn't have parent-teacher meetings there, it was in the evening time. So, yeah, some schools they might do that, but not my school, they didn't do that. But they had they had St. Patrick's Day off, yeah. But I suppose, as I say, Sean, it probably is a difficult enough job now to be a teacher. I certainly wouldn't want to try that. Once again, you have these parents. There were some parents that are so pushy. You know, they'll be like, I want my son to become fucking the man of the hour. You know, I want him to be the king of kings, basically. And they go into the school and act so entitled, like, oh, you should be teaching them more. Yeah, you know, yeah. Yeah, like I understand. Yeah, some schools do that, but not really in Cavan. It's not really prevalent. Maybe in Dublin things that they do, but not really in Cavan. It's usually always in the evening time here. Like when I was at school, unless they changed that, but I don't think they did. It was even in national school. When I was in national, it was in the evening time. It wasn't during the day, or school wasn't completely off. Well, during elections too. I forgot about elections, local Tory elections. They use school as that polling station. And obviously general elections too, presidential elections, stuff like that. But again, it's every 7 years for presidential elections, so it's a long time, you know. Yeah, that's what I mean. So, like, some teachers, you will go in. Imagine if you were a teacher and you're trying to teach them as much as you can as a student. Take for example Tim or John, and you're teaching them as best you can. And you know you're teaching them as best you can. Then the mother comes in and says, "I want you to teach them more." Like, and there's other students in the class you have to try and teach too. You know, and you have them shouting, you know. Yeah, that's what I mean, unruly. Like, you know, they're just, at the end of the day, there's some teachers that are just assholes. I will admit, there's some teachers in my school that were just assholes, and they kind of got what they come to, and teachers pay students answer them back and stuff like that. And you know, because they were assholes, like, they really treated other people with utter disrespect more than the pupils, some of the teachers. But then there were some teachers that were purely nice, and very easygoing. And unfortunately, the pupils that take advantage of that, you know. It's always unfortunate. Again, there always has to be somebody that ruined the party. You know. But they shouldn't really have textbooks and things like that. It should be all kind of computerized, tabletized and things like that. Because, you know, that's long gone the days, you know, people should carry books around. Like, I remember when I was in first year, we used to have loads of textbooks and things like that. And we have to bring them home, and my bag literally was a ton weight. Like, literally, the rubbish I lifted on the road, I lifted microwaves and stuff before and put it on my back, right? I was holding the cord of the microwave and put them on my back. That was once or twice I remember doing that. Like I lifted it down to the truck and had it over my back. And they were a lot lighter than the bags I used to carry to school when I was in first year. Because we were just given endless amount of books to carry around every day. So at least in fairness, so going around carrying microwaves is better than carrying school backpacks, basically. We use iPads, yeah, not many schools do, but you know, like throughout the day, like reading books and stuff like that, or doing even lessons and stuff like that, it should be our iPads and stuff like that. Because it's kind of the way it's gone, you know. Because the textbooks, like even though some things you would only find in textbooks and things, but it's longer the days, you know, students should have to carry around half the country. Exactly, but yeah. But as opposed to in terms of host school, you know, I know of a few parents that do teach the kids at home or get private tutors or whatever. You know, if you're on your own, basically, you know, it's good for social interaction, you know, to meet friends, things like half the people I know at the moment I know from school and things like that, and I wouldn't have known them if I got homeschooled basically. So it's good in that regard, you know, to go and meet people basically. But it can be lonely, I say, because I do remember parents saying to me, "Oh, son, you know, only knows a few people from his football club. You know, he doesn't know that many people, and he doesn't have much friends basically. He only knows the people at his football club." But you know what I'm saying. I'm sure you get what I'm saying. Like the social interaction too is good. Like I miss the fun and the corridors and stuff with break time. I miss the crack. You know, I miss a bit of the crack that was going on. Not the crack. Not the stuff you had to smoke and things like that, obviously. But you know. But in terms, yeah. But when I was at school, when I was in secondary school, it never really would. I think it was only one class that happened. One class. I think all the time I was there, we were taught about them kind of things. And that was barely 30 minutes. Because classes were barely 30 minutes. And that's nearly 5 years when I was there. And that wasn't that was the year before, yeah. Yeah, the education system is outdated. So, yeah. Like, look at, as I keep mentioning about Finland, look at Finland and try and compare that to the Irish education system. You know, it absolutely blows it away. Like, just take, for example, Finland, the same really similar population to Ireland, and has a far better, and you know, people pay less probably tax over than we do here, and has a better education system. Like, look it up, really do. And then look up the Housing First initiative, where they're completely eliminating homelessness. You know, like it puts Ireland to shame. Yeah, well, you go on, Adam. I knew you were going to say that. I was going to just say, now, Adam, don't even mention it. Good fun in school, but yeah. There were some teachers that were good fun too, but there was a lot of them that were just assholes. Let's put it that way. Yeah, I had a lot of nice teachers too, but again, I had some fuckers that were absolutely just worse. Like, I honestly think they were worse than the people in the 1930s. One or two, like, one of them I had for maths, I will be honest with you, and I still have nightmares to listen about it. Literally out of the 1930s. Like, literally came out of the 1930s. Like, if she was in the 1930s Germany, she would suit them down to the ground. Like, she honestly would be in with the Fuhrer and all that. Like, she honestly would suit them. Yeah, like you know, but even in terms of homework, you know the way you get homework. I used to get homework in first year and things like that. You know, they don't give them homework, and obviously they don't go to school until they're seven. I think it's seven or it's either 7 or 6 in Finland. They don't think they go to school because they want them more to have fun and to live their life basically, which I think is better. And obviously less time and things like that, and it's more focused on well-being and looking after yourself and things like that, which is important obviously because it's important to have skills to look after yourself, to mind yourself, look after yourself, and in that kind of way. Now in the Irish education, it's always just about looking to books, listen to teachers talk nonsense for hours and hours and end. Uh, and basically that's about it, that you do fuck all apart from that. Because, it does have the world's best education system in Finland, because it's a very different approach than any other country. Again, as I say, they don't get homework, they don't really get any homework, which is, it's kind of stupid in a way. You're there all day in school, and then, when you're, at the end of the day, you're tired, you're tired, because you listen to teachers talk nonsense for hours and hours and end. And then you come along and say, time to go, basically. Finish at 1 p.m. Yeah. In Finland, it's different. I think it's the same in Finland already. The start early, but the finish very early too. Like, I think basically you're not the only day on a holiday based in the school. Like, you're not there half the time. And it's working. Like, Finland has the highest, like in terms of maths and things like that. They have one of the highest scores in the world. One of the highest scores in the world, and it shows that it's working the education system. Not like over here, because they literally just endlessly just talk nonsense to teachers half the time, and people just literally fall asleep listening to them. Like, I had teachers that just go on and on and on and on about stuff. What day is today? I finished school. This is Thursday. No, it's Wednesday. What do you mean? Oh, you getting your Christmas break? Is that it? Oh, it couldn't be that early. It's only the 7th, so it couldn't be that early. It couldn't be that early. I say it was something on, but it was a teacher training meeting or something. Finish early, yeah. Finish early, yeah. They took that idea. But even the homeless, I keep saying about the homeless, but the Housing First initiative, compared to Ireland, they kind of make us look very, very bad in looks. Because a similar sized country population wise, and they're completely just controlling the country away. Fucking the life of the O'Reillys. The life of the O'Reillys. Like, he's having the life of the O'Reillys. Like, in my secondary school, we used to have a half day in a fight. That's about it. The life of the O'Reillys. Does anybody, I don't know, Adam probably didn't see this, Okay. Yay. Pog. Champ. Oh. There you go. This is going to probably go up behind me, hopefully, if it stays up. If it would be ever so kind to stay up. Also, I have a fucking big job to do Saturday now, I forgot to say. I can't really say too much about it. Big job to do that Saturday. That's a lovely yoke, yeah, yoke. Did you get any of them yokes yet I was talking about? Also, yeah, just randomly. I just had it in my head there for a second. You want to listen to something for a second? Right, so with the game I play, Hearts of Iron 4 and things like that. What? One tin yoke. Yeah, what did you tell the teachers there that you were talking about? You learned about the one tin yoke, and the teacher would be like, "What's the one tin yoke?" And everybody would be talking about it. You trended on Twitter. It's a good advertisement campaign. You should try it, Adam. Keep mentioning it to people. People are like, "What's the one tin yoke?" And I make loads of money, and everybody's happy. The one tin yoke. So yeah, listen to this. So the game of Hearts of Iron 4, this is the voice lines, basically, for Finland, basically. I think it is. If it would play, it would be nice. Might have to be loud. If it would be nice. Are you going to play today or are you going to play tomorrow? Which night? Which day are you going to play? Pick a day.
Käskystä, selvä, valmiina, käskynne. Käskystä, selvä, valmiina, käskynne. Käskystä, selvä, valmiina, käskynne. Käskystä, selvä, valmiina, käskynne. Käskynne, herra upseeri, käskystä, selvä, valmiina, liikkeelle, vauhtia, eteenpäin, perääntykää. Perääntykää! Liikkeelle! Vauhtia! Eteenpäin! Vauhtia! Eteenpäin! Vauhtia! Mua tulitetaan!
Hello, yeah.
Mua tulitetaan! Liikkeelle! Vauhtia! Eteenpäin! Mua tulitetaan!
The snow's not
Liikkeelle! Liikettä! Mars! Hakka päälle! Hakka päälle! Pohjan poika!
No, but listen,
Hakka
like,
päälle!
literally.
Pohjan poika! Tuulta munille!
You can
Munille!
understand why the Russians don't want to go via Finland. Imagine they hearing that in the snow. Somebody just shouting that in the snow. Because this is what the Finnish army, the instructions for the Finnish army too. But it's in Haltavain 4. So that's what they'll be shouting. So imagine a Russian soldier going into Finland and hearing that the snow starts speaking Finnish. Like that.
Päähän! Hakka päälle! Hakka päälle! Suomen poika! Tuulta munille! Putia päähän! Hakka päälle! Hakka päälle! Hakka päälle!
I feel bad for the
Hakka
Russians.
päälle! Hakka päälle! Suomen poika! Hakka päälle! Suomen poika! Hakka päälle! Suomen poika! Hakka päälle! Suomen poika! Perääntykää! Liikkeelle! Vauhtia! Vauhtia! Eteenpäin! Perääntykää! Seis! Liikkeelle! Liikkeelle! Vauhtia! Eteenpäin! Perääntykää!
Right. So basically, don't fuck with the Finnish. Don't fuck with the snow, basically, because the snow starts speaking Finnish when you do. Everybody's gags until the snow starts speaking Finnish. Let's put it that way. Yeah, in the hollow. It's on the side here. Yes. This is the hollow. It's upside down. Yeah, no, I have the right way. I'm stupid. The hollow. I don't know why I thought it was upside down there for a second. So you know, you better not fuck with the snow, basically. A Wicklow one? What the fuck do you mean a Wicklow one? What are you talking about a Wicklow one? A Wicklow poster. Who wants a Wicklow poster? Who would want a picture of Simon Harris? Like, who would want a picture of Simon Harris in Wicklow? Like, let's be fair now. Adam trying to send me pictures of Simon Harris. Disgraceful stuff. Hold on, I have the perfect reaction to that. Give me, if I would load. Right, come on, this is insane. Like, you will not believe, you won't believe, must watch, must see. Wait a second. The White Death, yes, killed 500 and something of them, and then killed loads with submachine guns. Basically, you know, don't fuck with him, basically. He had no scope or anything of that, so. And he stood, like, we talk about its code here. I think it was minus fucking God knows 20 something degrees or something like that. And he was in the snow there, not giving a shit, basically, about how cold it was. And him there minus, I think it was 24 or 29 degrees or something like that at some stages. Minus 40 degrees or something like that. So, you know, we talk about a code, you know. Anyway, here's my reaction to Adam here at the moment. Fucking hell. Yeah. Dead reference. Fucking hell, Adam. Snow was not speaking Finnish. Yeah, but you know you're in trouble when the snow starts speaking Finnish. That's all I said. So better not than Anglo Finnish person. Who? We don't know. We're talking about the Finnish sniper. He was the world's most deadliest sniper. It was not Simon Harris anyway. Let's be fair. What can Simon Harris do? Take the animal, go. Well, hopefully my top enemy comes Friday. So it should be fun. Hopefully, if it doesn't come Friday now, I'll be very upset. But it'll actually be good because we've done our stream Friday and we'll be all happy. Happy, 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 happy times. Wished. Oh, nothing really in a good one. Do politicians' thoughts? I wouldn't waste a set. Because I'm not going to give you a spot anyway. That's what I if you're looking for a spot. Because like out of the 200 and something letters we said, actually more than that because we said some took abroad, we got 6 replies. It was 6 or 7. So, you know, I wouldn't satisfy them. Let's put it that way. Unless it's a local council that you know or something like that, maybe. But in general, I wouldn't satisfy them. In the government to give them a Christmas card. Putting my address on. I don't know if you're looking for a spot. But I'll be totally honest, I wouldn't waste the money on it. I wouldn't waste the stamp on them. I wouldn't waste the paper on them. To be totally honest, you better write to the man in the moon and ask the man in the moon for a Christmas card back or a letter back. The man on the moon. A fortune, yeah, it did cost a fortune. It cost nearly $1,000 or something. It was ridiculous. I had to buy the envelopes to buy the things and all that. So it was not cheap, let's put it that way. And I got very little out of it, basically. And then obviously for the international ones, I paid for international stamps. I paid for to be delivered fast, as quick as possible, basically. So I paid nearly 12 something for fast delivery, basically, to other countries. I think for New Zealand and Australia, I think it was around €20 I paid for that to get it fastly delivered, more delivered faster than others. Than the other ones. They were going on standard base, so expressed. So, and then I got the special diplomatic papers, basically, to write to the international ones. So it was quite a few bob, and then obviously the stamps is €1 and something cents. So if you add that for 200, it's about 200 and something. And then for the paper and all that. So it was a lot of money. The post and then the envelopes. The envelopes I got were nearly about 10 euros in the packet. Like, well, I don't even think it was 10 euros, but I think it was nearly €20 in the packet. I think it was a full packet, which I used nearly about 6 packets basically through IOM. And then the ones, as I say, I had to get special envelopes for the diplomatic ones to send abroad. So, you know, fair to say, I was very pissed at not getting too much response. So yeah, I was not very happy. But then at least I got some responses. I was happy that I got it because I was actually so low that I didn't think I would get any. But yeah, it was near enough 1,000. It was about 900 and something euro. But it was technically it wouldn't need to be 1,000, basically. And then obviously to pay, I had to write up what I wanted to write. And my mother would just had to help me, and obviously to pay them to help me. Because for different TDs, sometimes we write just a standard letter, basically saying what. But for the TDs like Matthew McGuire and things like that, I'd write a personal letter, things like that. And then for the obviously international ones, I wrote long letters, took hours to write, and things like that. Like going through the spell and everything. So hundreds of thousands of hours basically it was spent. Like alone of the letters, I think it was. I drafted them and all that, because there was a lot of work behind the scenes. Probably was around 4,000 to 5,000. Like it was a lot of hours. It was really, really a lot of hours put into that. But anyway. But basically, what I'm trying to say is, don't get your hopes up if you want to send letters to any TDs or senators. Like I can't remember how many hours it was, but it was a good few bob in it. I was bet on it. It was a lot now. But that's in the past now. We should look at. But yeah, you can if you want to send your Christmas cards to TD or Senate or whoever. But I wouldn't get your hopes up that they will respond, basically. Unless you know them personally. Which I'm surprised a few of the TDs like Paddy Tobin. I said once to Paddy Tobin a special letter basically to Paddy Tobin for Calvin Day. And I never got a response from Paddy Tobin. So, very upset about that. And me buying into stuff, it's very disgraceful stuff. I'm only joking. But anyway, he's very busy enough. I say he's busy enough now. Then obviously some of the other TDs I had dealings with before, which I'm surprised they didn't respond, but anyway. So look, that's life. I knew Norma Foley wouldn't respond. There'd be something wrong with Norma Foley responding. I think the world would be collapsing if Norma Foley actually went and responded. Also, here's the best part. Do you want to hear this, Adam? Do you want to hear this next bit? Do you really want to hear? Your eyes won't believe me when you hear this next bit. Do you really want to hear? Do you want to hear this next bit? Do you want to know? Would you like to know? Is my chat broken? It might be broken. I think my chat actually is broken. Let's see. I have to see. Oh no, it isn't broken. Mike. Thanks for the. I thought it was fucked completely there. Come on, right. We said we wanted to finish 5 minutes, and now before you even open your mouth, we said we wanted to finish 5 minutes. Unfortunately, we got no word back. But basically, we paid for express posts and things, and we got Calvin stickers basically off the logo. We said, well, this is the first person we actually went out of our way to give something to. But we give them the logo of the kingdom, basically of Calvin. This kind of logo. But not with this, obviously, one, but obviously the logo of the county. We said a few stickers of that. And things to that. But we didn't get any response, unfortunately. So and obviously we got better. We basically went all out to finish 5 minutes, basically. So there you go. There you're happy now. We got more special paper. Like the paper we got for her, compared to the other papers, which were diplomatic papers, more diplomatic. We got kind of good paper, basically. So it was nearly 20 euro paper we got for her. It was like special, like she got the special one. And we still got no more, which we were all very sad about. And I think that one alone, we wrote a huge letter. I think it was nearly the biggest one of the whole, apart from some other ones. But, what was I going to say? Yeah, we spent about 4 hours doing that one alone. So, I got no spot, so Finland, not happy. Adam's going to tear me to bits now. Not normal for Calvin, yeah. Anyway, if you look at what can you do? I don't know, I must be well liked in Limerick for some reason, because the three Limerick TDs for Limerick County, and they were 2 of them out of the 3 of them responded. So 2 responded. And then there were not many other TDs from other else responded. So, So whatever in Limerick, I must be absolutely just delighted. They must absolutely love me. The president's daughter responded. I can't actually remember. The president's daughter did respond. But it was others. I can't remember. I could look now if you want me to, but I can't really remember. I think I have the letters up here. Senator Dave Norris, first and I see. See, there's Senator Dave Norris in the channel there. Senator Dave Norris, he responded. Senator Mary Higgins, the president's daughter. Neil Collins, the Minister for State, responded. Avina Gale, Senator, responded. Sean Kay, the Minister for Public Works, responded. Can't think of his name now. Yeah, Patrick O'Donovan. Who else was? The Minister for not the Minister for Justice, Secretary. Yeah, what do you call him? James Brown. That's him. Yeah, I couldn't remember his name. But yeah, that's about it. Also, I hate the way they put your address at the top of the fucking letter. It's a nuisance. For a while, man. This is a threat to democracy. A threat to democracy. Sick feeling broken. Very confused with this. If Leash was independent, who's coming up with this bullshit if Leash was independent? Why the fuck on top of Leash coming independent? What is this bullshit? Leash independent, what the fuck? And the one about Cadell becoming independent, what kind of bullshit is this? This is insurrection. Insurrection. They're plotting to overthrow the Irish government. Disgraceful. Insurrection. This is the threat to democracy. Yeah, the awfully nuclear program, yeah, it's going on in the background. We can't mention, but I hear they have snipers ready to assassinate people who mention it. I hear that Offaly has an alliance with North Korea. Some say the devil is dead and buried in Golani. Why is this not sending? This is millions to one. This is actually millions to one. I often wonder how Norman Foley's able to stay in this job. Like, you know, I'm my eye doctor, please. Wish, paddle the wing, paddle the wing. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to make. I don't know what Leo was going to do. She might actually destroy him. Imagine if Norman Foley just seizes power now. She takes the mantle as Taoiseach and takes over the government. Imprisons everybody who opposes her by committing an armed insurrection. And claiming herself as Queen of all Ireland. That'd be nightmarish. That'd be the worst horror film ever. Like, because to be totally honest with you, Adam, she might be minister. She's going to probably be Taoiseach. No, she's probably going to be taking over from She's going to take. She's probably going to take over from him whenever he retires or goes. When they kick him out, probably. Which will probably be 5 minutes after he leaves office, basically. That's Taoiseach. Mihole, man. A good man, Mihole. Why is this having a fit? I don't know about Jack Chambers. It looks like Norman Foley again. Why is the problem with it now? Fuck you again. There's some problem with it on my computer. It lost connection for a second. No music. It's back. Okay, fuck that. It'd be 300 I know. 300 and something. Give or take, yeah. The outside, if you include the outside areas, it'd be around 600. Give or take, yeah. 300 in the village, in the areas around the village. Then the outer skirts, which is technically called Buttersbridge too, be around 600, 300 basically. Yeah, it's a small village now. It's not a big country now. But in surrounding areas, if you count the big open areas going out towards Lochhoot and things like that, which is called Buttersbridge, like Inishmore, like in the parish of Buttersbridge, yeah, I suppose you could call it in the parish 600, yeah. In the areas, I'm counting through the areas surrounding, like in the village is 300, like where I am at the moment, in this village sector, it'd be 300. Well, it'd be just about over 300, just not in the, like, I don't know, it's just, let me just see for a second, you can look now. Yeah, it's just about 300 and it's about 315 or so, 316, something like that. Not too much now. In the big smoke. I'm in the big area, yeah. Well, yeah, I suppose it's equal. Because around the area, like out there in Inishmore is where the canoeing centre is, out in Inishmore. That's called Buttersbridge. It's called Buttersbridge. So out there is Inishmore, and then obviously out of Dana Lake there too. All them people who live out there and all that, be counted as Buttersbridge people basically. Yeah, everybody knows each other basically. Like Ballyhaise, I was born in Ballyhaise. Yeah, Ballyhaise is just not too far away from here. It's about 4 kilometres. And just like the nearest village basically. It's just out by the town there. And Ballyhaise is, like, when I was growing up, there was only about 500 people in Ballyhaise now. Now it's about 1,000, no, it's 1,000, it'll be 1,600 and something must be. Yeah, 1,600, probably 1,700, going on 1,800. 82,000 basically people in Ballyhaise. And Ballyhaise is rapidly growing compared to Buttersbridge. In terms of population wise. If that makes any sense. Because that's why there's so many council houses being built down in Ballyhaise. They extending the school There's more pupils and things there. Well, I kept myself from Buttersbridge, but I was born in Ballyhales, but I moved here when I was very, very young. I just moved here when I was very, very young. Like, I'm here about 15 years now. So basically half my life, basically, I'm here in Buttersbridge. So I would count myself as Buttersbridge person more than the Ballyhales person. But that's the fun fact. There's no OIC barracks yet. There's no OIC. Because the main bridge here, the bridge beside the Derrigower there, that was the only bridge for miles around here to get across the River Annalee, obviously, back in the day. So it was important for the British, because again, it was the main road basically going to Northern Ireland too, going up to Fermanagh this way. So it was very important for the British to hold on to this area and kind of keep order on things like that. Because the main bridge, in Buttersbridge down the road here, was very important for to keep on. It's just small. It was a few officers, but that's about it. 3 or 4 officers, I think it was the OIC. But it was important to kind of keep law and order as well, because it was an important bridge for connecting the county. For now connecting this side, for connecting Cavan's side of the county to the other side, Belturbet and all that, obviously, back in the day, back in the 1800s and things like that. It was important because it was the only bridge for miles. And the nearest bridge to have would be in Ballyhales, going across Ballyhales side. Because the Annalee is the only river from Cavan town to here. You're stopping basically anything going across, because there's no other rivers in between, apart from the Annalee. So yeah, that's back in the 1800s and things like that. For smugglers. Not necessarily. There's bridges down halfway towards Belturbet and things like that. These are laundry and stuff going on. There's like back country roads that were there years ago. But yeah, it was very important. Like the old OIC barracks is down the road from here. It's a house now. It's not. It wasn't many here. That's what happened. There weren't many OIC officers here at the time. There's only 3 or 4, I think, at one stage. That's all it was. There wasn't a big garrison in the town, because obviously the Buttersbridge is not too far from the town. It's not too far from the town. It's only out the road from the town, and there was a huge amount of OIC in the town, obviously, for the county. And then obviously there was some the British Army were in the town too. There was a lot of British Army. There was some British Army posts in the town too. So if they needed the British Army, called the British Army out. And obviously they had the train lines too. So if because the train tracks used to go down through Buttersbridge to go on to Belturbet back through the years in the 1800s and things like that. So if there was trouble, for example, if somebody caused trouble, there was an insurrection based in Buttersbridge or something like that, the British Army would be able to go from the town straight out here, 2 jobbers. No, I'm not. I think you misunderstood that. No, it was 1 jobber for 50 years, basically. This job. But I was saying about your man, I knew somebody that I knew from school coming out, and he spent 50 years. So 2 Cavan people went in about a top for 100 years. I think that's the reference, yeah. I didn't buy 2 jobbers, I only bought 1 jobber. I think you might have misunderstood that. So basically, I met somebody that I knew from school, and I seen his top, and I asked him where he got it, and he said, it's just Dale. And I was like, oh, right, I go in. And I was only taking the piss. Thinking I spent more money. I mean, thinking I lost more money. Jesus Christ, I was going to cause an insurrection. Oh, better not say that, no. Helen McAtee, please, no, please don't. I don't want to go to prison for 5 years, please. I'm just giving no excuses not to send me to prison for 5 years. I'll lock you up. Adrian's doing some smuggling, yeah. Indeed. Christmas top smuggler. The worst crime. I'm on the most wanted person in the world. I'm MI6 and MI5 trying to find me down. Have you ever longer these? No, please don't investigate. Over the border, yeah. Well, the border's literally only down the road from me. The Clover Hill down that way, towards Clover Hill and things like that. The border, you cross over the border, like going outside Clover Hill there, going up to Mull, and you cross the border 3 or 4 times in some places. You're in the Republic for 5 minutes. You're in the Republic for 2 minutes. So basically, the border down there, going towards Clover Hill, it's very awkward because sometimes for 2 minutes you're in the Republic of Ireland, then you're in Northern Ireland, then you're in the Republic of Ireland again for another minute, then you're in Northern Ireland, the Republic of Ireland, Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland, Northern Ireland. So that's basically how it goes all the way to Clonus, basically. The border was not it wasn't well designed when the Irish Free State was started and things. It wasn't well designed where the line would be drawn. And that's one particular incident down below to Clover Hill, because some parts of it's in the Republic of Ireland and some in the north. So. So it's kind of, that's the most awkward place, I suppose, in the whole Irish border. That down there, that bit down there in Clover Hill, outside Clover Hill. Very awkward. Do you boil? What do I boil? What do you what? What is this? Are you talking? Are you talking about laundry and stuff? Or use? I don't get you. What do you want? What do you? Is this a slang for buying diesel? London jumpers. I know nothing at all, Helen. Helen, I know nothing. Do you remember Manuel and 40 Towers? I know nothing. I know nothing. Manuel, man not well. Man not well. Excuse me. Tired. Very tired. Yeah, this computer's acting the fuck. And they paired an episode. Yeah, it was a good program now, but I don't think they get away with it. Like, you know, some of the stuff, some of the jokes they made and things that they wouldn't get away with it nowadays. Let's be fair. In 40 Towers, it'd be gone. It'd be cancelled. Like, because some of them are really funny, yeah. But if they done it nowadays, like, to be all hell breaking loose, imagine the mainstream media to go fucking nuts. Imagine OT to go nuts. Not politically correct, yeah. Like some of them would, you know. But if they do, and the same with Father Ted, some of the stuff they pulled, you know, back then with the Hitler episode and stuff like that, with him, you know, with the mustache, the thing, the spot in the window, and you know, all that. If they done that now, like there'd be war about it. Literally, would be war on OT about it. Also, do you know that the O'Reillys, the kingdom of the kingdom of Breath, people used to own Cavan back in the you know, donkeys years ago. Were some of the richest, were the richest nearly kingdom in Cavan, were the richest kingdom in the country nearly. The O'Reillys, sorry, the O'Reillys and things. So that's why people say it's living the life of the O'Reillys. What's the priest like? But he likes his GAA. That's what I say. He likes his GAA. He likes going to GAA matches and things like that. He's very quick now. He doesn't waste time in the mass. They're literally there for 30 minutes and he's gone. So basically, he doesn't hang around. Basically, he says whatever he has to say at the mass and then leaves. Basically, he won't wait around. Basically, especially on the Sunday if there's a GAA match or something on, you know, he's gone. He's out the door. He's gone. He's out. Bye. You know, he likes his GAA. He likes his football and stuff like that. So he's a bit of a cow. So let's put it that way. I go in a few minutes and I have to go and down to this place and get something to eat up too before I go in now. Because I got nothing to eat there. I got a cup of tea before I went live. Just before I went live, I had a sip of tea. But I didn't have much then. so I get something before I go back out because it might be fucking God knows what it could be later on this evening. Could be snow. Could be drenched in snow. Did you know that Jiffy is a measurement of time? Facts. The question we all ask. So I'm just looking for you not what they got Twitter. I keep fucking. I mean that's absolutely cost what I just seen on Twitter there. Talk about Leash becoming independent. That's cost. I think that's the most cost thing ever. Imagine Leash becoming independent. Like that's insurrection. I have to write a letter to Helen McAtee when I get a chance. Because let's be fair. What Alan Duke said the other night, she should be arrested for it. I'm sure everybody will agree. Like, he should be arrested for hate speech, cabin speech. You know, let's call a spade here. You know, let's be fair. There's no such thing as hate speech when it comes to, obviously, you know. But, you know, it should be arrested. Start a roll up, boys. And Helen McAtee, no. Helen, this is just a political conversation, just hypothetically, not speaking of any interactions or anything. Helen, please don't send me to prison. I lock you up for 5 years. Yeah, it makes no sense. Full-time teacher bashes to take full career break due to teacher shortage. To bash. So basically, what they're trying to say is, Norman Foley was a teacher before she became a minister, and she took a career break because obviously, if she wanted to now, she'd probably go back and teach if she wanted. But who would want her as a teacher? Let's be fair. At least in fairness, the principals, whoever she goes, whatever school she goes to next after she loses the next election, right? In fairness, them, I don't think the teachers would, the principals would take her on. So basically, she won't have. But you know, she'd be sorted for life. You know, she have a big pension. She'd be well looked after. For all the good she did. What was the thing some person said to Neville Chamberlain when he was British Prime Minister? For God's sake, man, for all you have done. Well, he said somebody uttered the same words to Boris Johnson when he was sitting in the House of Commons. For God's sake, man, for all the good you have done there, go, or something like that. Something like that. Hello, lads and lassies. I think we'll tip. I'm not even going to say what I just seen there. Anyway, here I'm going to go anyway. Talk to you all later. I'll be back later on. I'm going to get myself something to eat, so I'll talk to you later, and goodbye.